Hello again. So I'm back with the next update on how the new queens are doing. So we're up to day 9 now, and eggs take about 18 to 21 days for Lasius niger. It depends on temperature a little bit, and whether or not the eggs are being cared for by workers. So when it's just the queen caring for the brood, it tends to be the longest brood development time that you'll see, and once you have workers you'll get quicker brood development time. So I wouldn't expected anything apart from eggs this week, and that's exactly what we've got. We've still got eggs. You can see the egg pile in front of her. The pile is slightly larger than last time we looked. And eggs do grow ever so slightly. An egg will perhaps double in size over those 18 to 21 days that it's an egg. Also, she's very active here. She's cleaning herself, and she's also playing there with the cotton wool. Don't worry about that. Sometimes they'll build little structures in the cotton wool or pull strands of cotton wool out, and I once had a colony that made a little bridge out of the cotton wool. They pulled a strand out and stuck it to the side of the test tube, and it dried and went hard, and they used to sort of hang off that bridge to feed the larvae below. So don't read anything into that. There's nothing unusual or unexpected. This is actually C that we're looking at. I thought I'd start with C because she was active. And yeah, as I said, you can see ants, they clean themselves just like cats, self-grooming all the time. And it's not just to keep themselves clean. Once you have a colony, they not only clean themselves, they clean each other. And this spreads the scent of the colony. This is how the colony knows who's part of their colony and who's part of a different colony, is that by communal grooming they keep that colony smell spread amongst their colony, which will be different to other colonies. Now, in a second, we'll swap over to B, who is exactly the same, slightly bigger egg pile, but no real difference. So yeah, this is B here. You can see her eggs underneath her. And I'm seeing a lot of posts on forums and Reddit, etc. at the moment from people who have just caught their Lasius niger queens this weekend, because I know there's been a lot of nuptial flights this weekend. So I'd just like to go over once more what you need to do for your Lasius niger queen in this founding stage. The answer is really, really simple. Absolutely nothing. I can't reiterate this enough. I'm seeing people talking about, what should I feed my ants? People giving advice on feeding, what Lasius niger eat. One year, I saw one poster who said that he thought his queen looked bored, and stuffed in bits of moss, twigs, sand, stones, you name it, into the test tube. So let's just talk about ants and how they work. Ants have got two stomachs. They've got their own stomach that they digest their own food in, and then they've got what is called a social stomach, which isn't really a stomach at all. Calling it a stomach is slightly incorrect. It's just a storage container that happens to be inside the ant. And they can share food with each other. It's called trophallaxis. But you'll see it later on. Ants will go mouth to mouth and they will swap food from one social stomach to the other social stomach. So this queen, or all of our queens, will have been fed up by the colony that they came from before they flew. And in captivity, a queen survived, I think it was 382 days with no food. Okay, so they've got a huge amount of internal reserves sitting in their social stomach. They do not need feeding in this stage. Okay, they are what is called fully claustral. Now that means they can spend this whole 2 months or whatever it takes to go from first eggs to first workers with nothing more than water. That's all they need is water. And as I said before, pulling the cotton wool out, oh, sorry, this is A, by the way, again, same sort of development, just a pile of eggs. Pulling the cotton wool out and letting fresh air in. Fresh air is one of the main ways that an ant knows that its nest has been breached. So letting fresh air in basically says to them, nest breach. So you are actually doing more harm than any good you might get by wanting to give them food early. Do not touch them. Put nothing in the tube, put no food in, no bits of moss or twig or anything like that. Nothing at all. Just leave them be. Thank you for watching.